Hey, it's you, the mayor's little friend. How you been? How you doing? You been keeping busy? Yeah? Good, that's important. Me? Well, yeah, honestly, I'm just killing time a little bit. Skulltenders and Ventura are supposed to get back today, assuming everything went okay with their little boat adventure. Yeah, I'm not fully looped in on all the details, but Ventura was supposed to escort them up the river, across Lunatic Lagoon, get some kind of forbidden knowledge from the Nevermind, but yeah, they only had 3 nights or whatever to get back to the river. They'd be lost in the Wondersea. So, should be getting back sometime today, assuming everything went okay. Felicity, Doodoo, Visk, you're on the deck of the Necrona, which, lifted up by a massive wave as the Wondersea was closing up around you, and then skillfully sailed through the air, carried by the winds of intention, is landing here. Your much larger than last time's ship makes contact with the mouth of the Lunatic Canal, and you are now rapidly sailing downhill as the waters of Lunatic Lagoon fall away into the 5th dimensional acid trip happening all around you. Whatever temporary stability was afforded by the light of the moon is gone now. Visk, you are reminded of when you were ejected from the holding chamber of the Queen of Hell, and the Gumatic tube was closing up just inches behind you. This is like that, but instead of a tube closing up behind you, it is the path below you falling away. The current form of the Necrona can barely fit in the water. Julio has his little axolotl hands up on the glass of his enclosure, looking back towards the Wondersea. Felicity, make a water vehicle handling roll to keep the ship from falling off the side.
I feel like we should all be screaming.
Oh yeah, it's you're going.
Uh-oh.
What does vehicle handling get its like plus or minus from?
It's you roll a thing as if you had proficiency. So let's see. It's a little particular. Add your survival, but add your proficiency to it. What'd you get?
That's a 10.
Oh no. Okay, you start listing a little bit off to the side. Part of you
Can I step in?
Sure, yeah, you can do whatever you want, but
I got vehicle proficiency also. I feel like I could help a little.
All right, yeah. How are you going to fix it? You got a huge sail, and you are way too big for this river.
What did Felicity try to do just then?
Yeah, what did you do, Felicity? That you're at the wheel, you're at the helm.
I'm at the helm. I'm trying to keep it straight, but with the size and the sail, it's difficult.
Yeah, sail is really big. It is making it hard to navigate.
Oh, okay. I was gonna help steer it, but maybe we just need to unfurl the sail.
Probably
or
not.
Furl.
There it is.
The other word.
Dude, you make a also survival. Add your proficiency though. If you're not, I don't think any of you are proficient in survival, which is thematic.
I am not.
Okay.
While you're doing that, Visk is going to run up to Julio. Julia, help! Make the boat smaller.
It's a good one. You should do that because I rolled a 2 and I only have 2 survival, so that's 4. So I feel like I should get caught in the furl of the sail.
You pull it the wrong way, and you adjust the sail so it is catching the wind and pushing you faster off the side. Parts of the ship that are fully off are kind of like blurring in and out. And Julio, who moves 2 of his little crown of fronds that they have down to make angry eyebrows at being called the wrong name by Visk. Presses against the glass, and big fucking spider legs grow out of the other side of the ship and start like trying to weigh it down, and it starts tilting back that way, and so you're back on your balance, but now you are rapidly approaching the river. You guys remember that? The river, the regular river.
Through the psychic wastes.
Yeah, that familiar one. It is stretching horizontally across your field of vision like a finish line or a cliff. You are moving towards it very fast.
Yeah, horizontally? Oh, we're going the wrong way.
Yeah, sort of like when you're... That's right, you're going very fast downhill.
We're coming in the wrong way, folks.
At a complete 90-degree angle. No, 90 degrees? Yes. Yes. What are y'all doing?
Someone dropped the anchor. Felicity's trying to keep it straight, but obviously it's not going very well.
I'm having trouble with the furl.
All right, Visk.
Does Vis know what the anchor is?
I don't. Okay, yeah. You know what, Visk?
Visk has not helped a lot with the actual ship tending during this.
Visk, make a survival roll without proficiency to see if you remember how to lower the anchor.
Doesn't Julio like?
Julio's busy growing legs.
17 somehow.
You remember Ventura jumping down from the top deck off the turnbuckle to stomp both his feet on top of the big button that drops the anchor. You know where it is. It is on the main deck. It is near you. It is a big button.
Oh, the big button!
Butt stomp it.
Vis goes and just slams their whole goopy body on it.
Yeah, do the Kusui slam.
It is not made to be difficult to lower. The anchor,
Good.
The anchor drops behind you, and immediately it is actually dropping past where the river is gone, and it lifts the front of the boat up a little bit because you are now teetering off the edge. The back half of you is teetering off the edge. The front half is floating up. Fortunately, this causes you to slow down just a bit because it's like you're falling off a cliff that is receding behind you. Something with the physics or whatever. Ooh, it's crazy. But you are now slowing down a little bit as you're approaching that river. Probably still want to turn though.
Can I try to right the ship?
Yes, you can.
Wow. Felicity's head is absolutely pounding from the packet of information she received from the word. And despite her best efforts, that is a natural 1.
Oh, no. Oh, no. I didn't think this might happen. Something in the formless...
A natural 1.
Mass. Something in the formless mass of, like, pure psychic insanity that is happening beneath you solidifies just long enough to catch the anchor. And you come to a screeching halt, and then the back half of the ship is ripped off. Not the back half. Let's say like the back 10. Let's say like the back 10%. Yeah, back 10% is just ripped off. You are now rapidly sinking, but you are moving slower, and the water that you're sinking into is ceasing to exist. So you are coming up on the river, not doing great, but you are moving slower. You are still, however, moving at a complete right angle to the river. But unfortunately, you are now out of time to change your circumstances, and you just hit that water still going pretty fucking fast, like a kid learning to ride a bicycle in a neighborhood made entirely of hills. The thing that was gonna happen happens, and you run aground on the bank of the river.
At this rate, we're gonna be walking home through the psychic wastes.
Yeah. The lunatic lagoon behind you finishes fading away to nothing. It's gone. Like it was never there.
Good riddance.
We're on the bank of the river now.
Yeah. You recall on your journey to get here, the psychic wastes were a dense jungle full of fire and the apex predators of primal fears, wolves and snakes, spiders and Suriname toads. If you don't know, those are the frogs that grow their eggs on their back that you have
gross.
to. Yeah, a lot of people don't like them. That's why they're there. But the wastes look different now. The jungle is gone. Both sides of the river, including the side that you have run aground on, are bleak plains dotted with huge craggy boulders. It looks like somebody picked up a mountain range and crumbled it in their fingers like crackers over a bowl of chowder. And filthy, brackish water that smells bad, just so you know, is seeping up from the ground around the stones all around you, bringing with it millions and millions of pale, drowned worms. The landscape seems to writhe and breathe with their struggle as you watch. Like if you try to eat too soon after doing mushrooms, and it looks like the food is breathing, it's like that, but it's the whole landscape, and you've run aground on it.
Is this something that would drive them insane if I don't put my goopy hands over their eyes?
Doesn't seem to be.
Okay.
Which is good because you're down on the deck and it is way too late to do that. But
Yeah.
fortunately, seems to be okay. You recall that specific situation was something that happened when you were just on a track that was out in the middle of nowhere. Closer to the river, it's usually safe to perceive directly, although it may agitate the local environment. But, as you project your shit onto it. But in terms of just being purely hurt by looking at it, doesn't really happen when you are on the river proper.
Okay.
However, you are now in a circumstance that the ship has run aground a little bit.
A lot of it. We're missing the ass.
Yeah, the part that turns when you steer is gone.
The rudder.
The rudder?
Oh.
Yeah.
The ass.
Sorry, I didn't know if that term of art was familiar, so I didn't want to throw rudder around like a big shot. But
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, the rudder's missing.
That was fun.
Well, this puts a damper on our return trip.
Just so I, KC, can remember where we're sort of orient myself. We kind of T-boned into the side of the river that we launched in through the Lunatic Lagoon.
Yeah.
Are we wedged like the Suez Canal style?
No.
Sounds like we're just fucked on the side of the river.
Yeah. You're just run
Okay.
up aground on it a little bit. The river is actually a lot wider.
And this is the main river,
Right,
the river that goes through.
and when you passed through it before, it was a lot narrower than this. This
Yeah.
seems like if it had been
like the Mississippi.
if it had been as narrow as it was before, your momentum would have carried you way it probably would have destroyed the ship, especially on this rocky shore, but you had a little bit more leeway than you were expecting.
Oh.
Well, how are we doing, folks?
Could be better.
Yeah, not our best work.
Yeah, true. How's Julio?
Julio is like looking down in consternation and is kind of pressing his hands on the glass, and you hear like a creaking happening from under the front of the ship. It's kind of lifting up a little bit.
Is it the spider legs?
You could take a look if you wish.
Okay.
Yeah? Do you take a look?
Doo-doo trances over like an idiot. Hee. What's going on under the ship?
Yeah, like spider legs, baby. Like big, gross spider legs coming out of the ship.
You called it.
Can I help them push the ship up? Get out here, y'all. We got to push the ship up. Julio's in trouble. Because he's kind of like a ship-a-lotl, right?
Yeah, this all seems to be sort of the same thing. Felicity, behind you, back at the back of the ship, I believe is the official term. That ripped off piece behind you is starting to you hear it sounds like a bunch of people working on construction at once, a bunch of people woodworking at once. And if you look back there, the ship is still shorter, but boards it's like closing itself up. Like if you ripped off the end of something and then it cinched back up with the available matter that it had.
Oh, it's like healing itself, almost. Like not regrowing, but healing itself.
Seems to be.
Hey, can we fix this?
It seems like it might be fixing itself. Julio, is there anything we can do for you?
He is at the other end of the ship from you. But if you still have your hands on the wheel, it kind of
okay.
takes itself out of your grip a little bit and is just rocking itself back and forth and then pushes itself back into your grip.
Huh. Okay.
I would like to begin rocking the ship alongside whichever way the spider legs are rocking to get up.
Okay.
Would Conk come in handy for something like this?
Maybe.
Yeah.
It could just be straight strength because we already got spider legs.
Conk could be the rudder.
Yeah.
Okay.
That could work. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll help guide it by the wheel as we try to get it pushed off the...
Conk, you want to be the rudder?
He slithers down from your neck to fill your hand with a long staff. As if to say, sure.
Okay.
And
I think we need to get the boat in the water.
Yeah.
Do you agree? Does everyone agree? Boat in water?
Yes.
Yeah, Felicity just kind of nods silently.
Okay.
Julio gives you a studied nod as if
all right. I use Conk to leverage the boat in the water.
This little guy is studied.
You make an athletics roll. Felicity, you are just naturally doing that turn that the Wheel was suggesting it to, and you're kind of going back and forth.
Yeah.
The legs on the legs are pushing with that motion. You're kind of rocking it back and forth. And now Dudu with the athletics roll of fingers crossed.
Can I also help by using manipulate water?
Oh.
Yeah.
To kind of like swoosh the surf around?
Ooh, I like that. Yeah.
Please do, because that was just a 9 for me.
Okay.
Yeah, let me assist on that.
You get Kant down in there, and while you don't really help with like the rocking back and forth, you keep the ship from settling back into where it was. Like you're keeping the progress going.
Hey, Kant. I go up to the thing. Hey, Kant.
You hear the sound of a rain stick. Because that's what Kong sounds like.
Can you get flat? Can you get flat on one end and almost like a, I don't know, oar shape?
Yeah, as soon as you say oar shape, Conk
oars up?
Yeah, like parts of Conk like flatten out at one end, and at the other end, it's like that same matter is moving to your hands and is like filling out so you can get a better grip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pizza pie.
Okay.
And I'm just like, I'm leveraging my body on the giant pizza oar.
Excellent.
Trying to get the thing out.
All right. That Visk, what are you doing with the manipulate water?
Visk is kind of surging the water around the front of this ship to kind of like erode some of the the shore, the sand and stuff like that to kind of like give it a little more leeway to move.
Great. So as y'all are doing this, you're making progress, and suddenly you're just loose.
Whoa.
You're loose, and then you're just kind of drifting sideways in the water, but
All right.
fairly quickly the currents of the water turn your ship south, and the Necrona begins to move south. And
Can I dab?
yeah, oh yeah,
Do they dab in hell?
they do now, baby.
Wow, cool.
I mean, Ghost Town?
Tucker Max, I hope they have dabs in hell. The first time anybody's mentioned him in 20 years. Okay. All right, so while you guys were all focused on getting the ship free, a pale white coyote the size of a horse has at some point showed up on the bank behind you. And it is hunched over, its snout in that brackish water, gorging itself on these worms. Just filling its mouth. It tilts its head back to let him slide down its throat, and you can see that the coyote has no eyes.
Damn it.
Yep, and the
I
worm...
was just drawing eyes on this coyote.
Too bad, fucker.
Piece of shit.
There's more details coming. The worms it's eating are spilling out of a hole in its stomach, and when it hears them hit the ground, it just turns around to start eating those same worms again. But fortunately, the Necrona is now sailing away from whatever that situation is.
But we do see it.
You see it for sure.
Ugh. I don't like this place.
You guys see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, does anyone want to fixate on it and maybe develop some anxieties about it, perhaps?
This dude is just
Soy facing and pointing backward.
soy facing.
Interesting.
Worms.
Worms.
Let's not think too hard about it.
Are those good? Do you eat those?
Yeah, they're all right. I don't know about these worms though. You know, maybe it's like a looks back at the brackish water. Maybe it's like a I don't know, mild salsa dip worm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know what those worms taste like. Most worms are pretty nice and chewy.
I did fully forget that you're a bird when I was writing this. That just 100% slipped to my mind that this might actually be appealing.
One of 3 characters are grossed out by this thing they see.
Yeah. Felicity is grossed out by it too, but she's...
Yeah. Those worms probably look like they're dipped in some kind of ranchero
They don't
dust.
look like they're doing well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're probably like pickle flavored
Yeah.
fucking worms. Like you get in like a weird bodega you're not used to.
Stop saying that word.
Bodega?
All right, you're now traveling with the current.
That's a good thing, right?
Yeah, because when you
Okay, good.
when you were on the little riverboat going north, you were working against the current, and you were not moving as quickly as you are now. This is still much slower than the speeds you normally travel at.
Visk is tapping their gooey foot like, ugh, come on.
Yeah, this is like in Shadow the Hedgehog when you get in the vehicles and they're slower than you walking. But this is just like that.
Sure.
God reaches down and thumps me in the head for 20 damage for making a video game reference.
How do you like it?
I would go on ahead if I wasn't tasked with chaperoning my wards.
In fact, you're moving so quickly. Before you know it, you are already back in the distance. You can see those big cliffs in the distance that herald that you are coming back to Ghost Town. And you have a brief moment to sort of take all that in. You have like a few minutes. Even moving quicker, you got a little bit of time here.
Never thought I'd be happy to be back here.
Wow.
I'm thrilled.
It's been a while, hasn't it?
Does anyone have a light? Felicity has like a kind of shoddily hand-rolled catnip cigarette hanging out of the corner of her mouth. It's not lit yet.
Where did you get that?
I have a level 3 light, but I think it's a bit overkill.
Do you have that right now?
I have Scorch.
Do you?
You know what? I could use meta magic to make shock grip into like a fire type move.
Yeah, just touch it like an old car cigarette lighter.
Cool.
Yeah.
And you have the spell slots to do that?
I don't know. Did we long rest?
A cantrip.
You did
That
not.
is a cantrip, actually, yes.
Oh, my mistake.
Does metamagic cost sorcery points like in Baldur's Gate 3, which now we have all played in the interim between the last episode and this episode?
I gotta tell you, that's been helping me remember this shit.
I know, right? Actually, we're all going to be better at this, noticeably.
Yeah, meta magic can work on cantrips.
Does anyone have a light?
I think I can provide that. And Visk uses metamagic to transmute shock grip into, I guess, flame grip. And all their weird fingers on one hand turn kind of like reddish hot. And they hold out a finger to Felicity.
Felicity just sort of leans in and touches it, like it's still in her mouth to it until it lights up, and then pops it a few times.
Whoa.
Thank you, Vesk. Thank you.
Yo, can I get a head off that?
I pass it over to Doo-Doo the Owl, even though it's catnip.
Hell yeah.
Oh, God.
You all right?
I'm going to try to think about the word and what I was told just for a second, because I'm clearly having some not great feelings right now.
Because there's a very long pause where she doesn't answer Visk's question, and Visk is very suspicious of what she learned, Visk is going to detect thoughts.
Okay. Do you have slots for that? That's a cost, right?
I think so.
I don't think you have any level 2 slots left.
I don't know if I have.
I don't think you do.
Because like I erased all the things, so I thought we were gonna have a long rest. So I don't know.
Nope. Nope.
Fuck.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you don't. Just because you use them and you have not done anything to recover, right? Yeah, you can't.
Can I use my sorcery slots to make a spell slot?
That depends. How many sorcery points do you have?
Fucking dude, I erased
Did you just
everything. I thought I was safe.
I think you just used one, right? Which means you definitely don't have the 3 you would need to make a level 2 spell
Why
slot.
do I bother doing favors for people?
You do have that flask.
What, I'm gonna use it on this?
It's up to you.
What?
Whether you want to use it on this.
Shit.
Choice is yours, traveler.
God damn it. I'm scared of the flask.
Reasonable.
Do I have to drink all of it?
Yeah.
All of it? What? Can't take a sip?
What are you doing as you were thinking this? Who are you talking to?
No one out loud.
Okay.
I'm just staying in the voice for fun.
Okay.
To hem and haw.
You can try to take a sip.
Try.
This is gonna try to take a sip of For the Road.
Yeah. You open.
Felicity's face sours as soon as Visk brings the flask to their lips.
It doesn't look like a sip though, because the flask is just kind of in their body.
No,
so like
you gotta
they're just
take
going
it
to
out.
absorb a tiny amount.
You gotta take it out and take a sip. That's how it works.
That's how it works.
That's how it works.
Okay.
Dad.
You try to open the flask in your body and nothing happens. You try to like passively absorb it within your body.
Ugh. Obnoxious.
It doesn't. It's like you can't get a grip on it internally. In fact, make an Arcana roll. To
help me make this decision.
I wonder what you'll learn. No, I'm just defining the terms.
That is a 13.
Okay. Yeah, you don't think you're going to be able to open this while it's still in your body.
Great.
Vis takes the flask out and tries to really sneakily take a sip.
Okay, make a sleight of hand check. There's a roll for this.
6.
Yeah, you are like a 14-year-old who just got a lighter for Christmas, and you flop it out of your hands. It is awkward. You take a few times to unscrew it. You were unscrewing it the wrong way. You very loudly and conspicuously unscrew the flask, and as you do, possibly because of your bad sleight of hand roll, you hear the sound of like loud rushing water as you open it. It sounds like louder than the river around you.
What the hell?
Do we hear it too?
Yeah, everybody can hear this.
Yeah, Felicity like raises and lowers her eyebrows and is just sort of staring daggers at Visk. Has not answered the question yet.
What are you doing? I ask Visk.
Nothing.
Be quieter with your drinks. I'm trying to concentrate on this hit.
I'm not used to drinking. I thought I'd try it.
Right.
Still getting used to it. What does this taste like, I wonder?
All right.
This thing that I'm low-key a little frightened of.
Okay. Do you do it?
Sure.
Okay, you placed your Viskian mouth hole up to the mouth of this thing, and the entire thing empties itself down your throat. Like a cat trying to escape from a carrier.
Hey.
And you immediately feel what is mechanically a level 2 spell slot. But what is physically, you feel like you just drank from the river. Like normally you are just absorbing it, but you feel like you just drank it. Like not even just the river, like concentrated, distilled.
Oh shit, that's delicious.
And Felicity and Dudu, you see something change in Visk as a single thick red streak appears, leading from Visk's throat down to where their belly would be, like a stripe.
Dudu's pretty obviously just pointing, almost touching Visk, like, look.
God, that was awesome.
I'm just tracing the red line I see in you.
What?
Belly.
Oh, great.
I can see your belly.
Felicity is absolutely sickened seeing Visk consume its soul.
Yeah, you can see it now too, Visk.
Man,
This
is what I was worried about, but oh my God, that felt good.
Now, Dudu definitely remembers what was in that
All right,
flask.
now, all of this...
But can you tell Casey?
Yeah, it was a... Actually, Visk, Jess, do you want to say?
It was, when it was given to me, said that it was someone's soul. Just someone's. Don't know who.
Oh.
And it's been an entire journey of the world and the people around me insisting that a little bit of evil is good in moderation.
Is that what the world was insisting?
I believe so.
That's you're welcome to interpret reality as you see fit.
Visk interpreted that as so.
Sure.
Plus, nobody else's presence from Chester Pleasure did anything bad. Maybe this is fine.
Okay. You now have a level 2 spell slot. Now, we are going to return to the conversational mode of Felicity thinking...
Visk is not going to soul search now. They know exactly what she's thinking.
Okay. Well, that's funny. That's actually hilarious. So Felicity, you now...
I was hoping to rejigger the conversation, but you're not going to let me have that, are you?
Dog, we all saw you do it. The host saw you drink the soul.
Yeah. So Felicity, you think back. to what you heard from the word. You think back to the question you asked the word, which was, of course, I believe, how might a Catalian live forever?
Return to life permanently.
Return to life permanently, right? And the words you heard were
very carefully.
And as you focus on those words, so Catalians aren't like the other people you've met. Modified by biomancy to grow the hands of a mole or the gills of a barracuda or like some kind of fucked up ostrich neck, etc. Every person that you've met like that began life as a baseline human. Biomancy modifications aren't passed down genetically. They're like tattoos. No matter how many you get, your baby still comes out blank. But Catalians are different. Catalians aren't made, they're born. And they're rare. The details of the life you led before you died for the first time are vague, but you know that you've never encountered more than one other Catalian at a time, and those encounters were few and far between. And that's part of what makes the vision in your mind's eye at this moment so disorienting. And when I say vision, that is an understatement. This is a waking dream, so visceral and solid, it's like being alive again. You're in a chamber of black stone, the floor covered in sand. The dimensions of the chamber are vague because the only source of light is a pyre of black flame at the center of the room. It confuses your dark vision. All around you are more Catalians than you've ever seen, more Catalians than you have been able to confidently say existed. Close to 100. Their fur, every pattern and coloration you could imagine. No two of them alike, and somehow every single one of them manages to look like they're standing apart from the crowd. There's an air of anticipation in the room, but it's covered up by a hum of pointedly skeptical muttering and snide comments, which comes to an abrupt stop as a cloaked figure moves through the crowd towards the pyre of black flame. Before they turn, you snap out of it because beneath this vision, you see Visk take out their flask and drink from it. So that's where you're at.
I'm fine. Felicity turns away from Visk and walks to like the edge of the boat to look off over the water.
Vis follows.
So did you get your answer from the worm?
That's something. I see something, but I'm not entirely sure what I'm seeing. It's a lot of information, and I don't know how relevant it all is. I don't know how to do anything any more than I did before.
Join the club.
Yeah. Well,
That must be a bit disappointing. It's a bit of a bum deal you got from the worm.
yeah, there's a lot of things I'm disappointed in right now.
All right. Delightful. So you are now getting close to, you may remember it from the last time. Right before you actually entered the psychic waste, there was that wall of darkness that fluttered like a curtain that you passed through that said a bunch of stuff, a bunch of like pointed and critical stuff, you know.
The veil.
But this, yeah, the veil. That's right. You're approaching the whispering veil, the wall of fluttering darkness, like a curtain in the wind. And again, you hear those voices you heard before, but this time the tone is different. You hear, "Here is my child, who was lost and is now found. The place is made ready for you. You come now to the halls of your fathers. We're rooting for you, and we still are. Oh, brave warrior, your deeds shall echo endlessly." And the ship is now parting through, and before, where you kind of had the little riverboat you were on was pushing its way through that fabric, it is now almost like it is now parting and framing around the ship as you pass. No part of the Necrona is touching the fabric, and as you pass it, you're hearing, "You did your best, and that's what counts. Well done, thou good and faithful servant." And the last one you hear is, "None of that bullshit is your problem anymore." And you pass the curtain, you pass through the veil, and as soon as you pass it, you are illuminated in the pale green light of the Eversoul that tints all of you like the degraded film of an anime, transferred onto too many VHS tapes. You're in that narrow passage between the cliffs that you sailed through on your way out of Ghost Town, but it is much wider coming from this direction. Or the cliffs are still right up on the water, but the river is wider. It's also kind of hard to tell what specific thing is happening. But either way, it's appreciated because the Necrona is a lot bigger now than it was on your way out. Even with 10% of it missing, it's a lot bigger than when it was a riverboat. And you pass these cliffs and you see City Hall straight ahead. Off to port, there's a little dock where the Necrona was tied up when you boarded it. Dock is a little generous. It is really just a massive iron spike with a ring on the end, plunged into the shifting mirage that makes up the edge of the river on this side of City Hall.
I'd like to go ahead as Doo-Doo and get it up to that dock where we started.
Okay.
I return to the helm to make sure that we can, the boat version of park.
This
Okay.
boat version of park. This water is not dangerous to me, right?
Not to you, but we are back to the water that is dangerous to the other two.
Visk is just going to jump in the water to beat them to the shore because Visk feels fucking great.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, Visk, you feel like...
Also, Visk has never heard that many positive affirmations before in their life, so they feel fucking stoked that they heard any of those things. They like kind of applied that, like, yeah,
I did do a good job, actually.
Yeah, a couple more like are still echoing. You hear like, "Here laid to rest the dreams of your kings and the lamentations of your priests," which means nothing to you, but it feels good.
Yeah.
It feels good. It feels like positive affirmations from a foreign language. Yeah.
Maybe I'm getting better at all this.
Yeah. You're on the dock. You're bopping around like you just did a bump. You're feeling great. Felicity and Doo-Doo
basically did.
Yeah, Felicity and Doo-Doo are coordinating, bringing the ship right back up to the dock. And the ropes shoot out of the dock. The Necrona is shooting ropes everywhere. And did you say something?
No.
Casey?
I did not say anything.
Okay. So you coordinate that. And you're pulling up.
Oh, it feels great to be back in Ghost Town. Holy shit, I'm glad that's over.
Doo-Doo is uncharacteristically at kind of near an end of a rope of some kind and just wants to go lay down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Doo-Doo's just mostly just doing his thing and being quiet.
Yeah. The Necrona pulls up and extends a it rolls out like a red carpet, even though it's made of wood. The little gangplank. There it is, gangplank that leads down to where it's tied up.
I would like to go around the front to where Julio is, and ask, "Hey Julio, what are you gonna do now? Because you belong to Ventura, right?"
He has a little sad expression, but you hear behind you on the dock as your cooler is kind of tossed gently. It is the boards like move it up and slide it from down and across the deck and down the gangplank.
Yeah, my cooler.
Your cooler with all your stuff in it, and I think also this jar.
Yep.
I want to say this jar is also there.
My jar's in there.
And Julio gives you like a little shrug.
Will you be okay on your own?
Does a little nod, or a little shrug nod.
Hey, Julio, you want to visit our house?
Doo-Doo closes his eyes.
Julio looks at Visk and like narrows his little eyes.
Doo-Doo just doesn't look at either of them, just like,
You're small. You don't take up much space.
The ship is actually beginning to contract. Well, as Felicity, I think, is the only one still on the ship.
Felicity climbs down from the boat and gets her suitcase that was also ejected.
Yeah.
And is rolling it behind her as she's going back up the dock. And is like, I'm just gonna go home.
Well,
what?
Well, here's the thing. As you start rolling the suitcase behind you and start moving up the dock, moving parallel with you is the rapidly shrinking Necrona. Its new black sail furls up and wraps around its oversized mast, just as the mast itself is sinking down into the deck. The white wooden planks of the Necrona seem to retract and fold up like a tulip closing its petals at sunset, just like getting smaller. and the small glass box that Julio lives in is swaying softly as the ship, still shrinking in size, is pulling itself up onto the dock next to you on those legs. And the thin black legs are moving really quickly, and then it sort of is like getting a look at your suitcase that you're pulling behind, and it keeps contracting down until it is just a terrarium in a wooden frame with 2 wheels, and one of those spider legs shoots out of the top and then folds back down to the other side to form a little handle that is pointing at you. And on top of the terrarium is a letter addressed to Felicity in an envelope.
Felicity stops when she sees this, and she turns back and kind of surveys the situation for a moment, and then picks up this letter, opens it.
You don't recognize the handwriting, but as you open it, but it is like old-timey fancy. It's the kind of handwriting you might see next to, say, like an old-timey drawing of like how a helicopter might work.
Okay.
Or like an old-timey drawing of like a guy with a bunch of arms. You know, it's the, you know what I'm saying?
Wow, Da Vinci wrote this.
Felicity, I am writing this as we prepare to descend into the Nevermind. And if you are reading it, then it means that I did not return. Alas, these things happen. It is the bitter nature of the work we do to ensure that they do happen. That friends part, that journeys end. And we who guard the veil must one day pass through it ourselves, never to return. Please tell Dudu and Visk that their company was a delight. Traveling with you 3 has reminded me of the best times I had with Vincent and Vesper in our youth. Did I ever tell you about the necromancer that attacked our village? You see, my sister Vesper was always the dreamer. I myself... Just kidding. See you around, skulltenders. Sincerely, Ventura de Velgar, Explorer. P.S. Felicity, if you would forgive a tired old man a final request, please take care of Julio. He requires very little. A kind word and a few minutes of attention will sustain him happily for some time. He has been my vessel and my companion since... Well, I have trouble remembering precisely. But I believe a captain of your caliber will make good use of a vessel that adapts to any journey.
Visk was reading over her shoulder. Like, wow.
Jesus, what an asshole.
Wow, he wrote it in his accent.
Felicity closes the letter and places it into the pocket of her coat. And she takes Julio, and she walks. She doesn't respond to Visk at all. And as she walks by Dudu, she gives Dudu a pat on the shoulder and says, "It was a pleasure. I'll see you around, Dudu."
Dudu nods in kind. I'll see you around. Listen.
What?
Why don't you just... I'll see you back at home. Why don't you write in? Why don't you tell Planchy and everyone what happened?
Yeah, sure thing.
We're tired. We're there's a long day.
No, go ahead.
Okay, I'll see you back at my shack. Our shack.
Bye.
Do you want your jar, or do you want me to set it up for you?
You can take it with you. You can take it with you.
Okay.
I don't need it right now. I don't need it right now.
All right. I'll see you later.
Bye.
Visk, you're oscillating slightly. You're just
I get this, I'm imagining you doing the little thing before he kills Jared Leto in American Psycho.
As you two are walking off, Planchette swoops down. Hey, what's going on? Good journey, good trip.
Do you like Huey Lewis and the News, Planchette?
I don't know who that is, but I want some news.
Me either.
Okay. Hey, was Ventura?
Well, you know.
Hey, where are they going?
I don't know. I don't care.
Oh.
Wow, a lot of stuff happened. Tell you what. Glad you're here.
Uh-huh. Yeah, sounds great.
Found the information.
Okay, let's not talk about that here.
Okay.
Right out. Tell you what, yeah, okay, meet me in my office. And she just, she was perched on the little ring that the ship had been tied around, had been docked at, and she just takes off, flies away towards the top of the roof.
Visk salutes and goes up the gutter.
Oh, I didn't realize we were so close. All right.
It's right behind. It's like the dock is like right on the other side. And as you like move from like the north to this, like the north side of the river is just like, it's not as fixed. It's like one of those, like it moves if you're looking at it or if you're not. But but as soon as y'all you get on the south side, those huge, very long bones that are on each side of the river keep it fixed in place. But Visk, you are shooting up. You are climbing up the water spout. Can you make a history roll for me, Visk?
Yeah. I gotta shake up all the liquid in this dice, or else I feel like it don't work right. 14.
Oh, good. Okay. That's good enough. Visk, you know that as you're climbing up this tube/gutter, you know that sometimes it rains in Ghost Town. Mm-hmm. You're not sure what the conditions of that are or what it looks like when it happens or even how you know that. It's just one of those things you've always known without being consciously aware of it, the way mortals know to shiver when it's cold. But you clank your way up there and you reach the top of the water spout. You've done this a few times now, so you dismount from the spout without incident.
Click, open the door, put my keys in the bowl. I'm coming in. I better check my phone messages. Beep.
You have one new message. Beep. Message 1. Delete. Deleted.
I bust in. Oh, thank God. Your answering machine sounds like shit, Casey.
Yeah. I just deleted it. Was it from you?
It was just me leaving a message that, like, if you haven't joined the Patreon, I think that, like, you should, because we have, like, a ton of really cool shit on the Patreon. And also, we love all the people that are already on our Patreon. They're all, like, super hot.
That's true. They're super hot.
They're like admitting it.
They're admitting that they're hot, and we're agreeing that they're hot. It's very true.
Observable facts.
I mean, what's the smallest amount I could contribute to this Patreon, and what would I get?
Technically, like a cent, but when you get stuff is different.
True. I mean, you can give us a little tip, and that gives us our appreciation. But if you want to give us at least $5, you'll be a Obsidian.
I'm looking it up. So there's $5, which is our new in town tier, and you get like all sorts of. Basically, that's the like illustrations and art pieces level where you get access to Casey's doodles, which is the things you are scribbling while we are playing the game, and they're all incredibly good.
Helps you pay attention.
Maps and Mandibles, which is Cohen's insane machinations and serial killer scribblings of things they're planning for the episodes. And of course, you get Discord access. The Discord is popping off. Everyone's, coming up with increasingly fun ways to imagine torturing Visk. So get in on that if you want some of that. And then we got the $10 tier, Obsidian and Bone, where you get more audio goodies and on top of the art goodies. You get Skulltalkers, the companion show for Skulltenders, where we answer questions from the Discord. And the ability to ask questions for Skulltalkers comes on your Obsidian and Bone tier.
And you get that Jawbone access too, right?
Yeah.
Jawbone is where a couple of us, or three of us, talk about different subjects we're all into. Saw, Kirby, Magic the Gathering, I forget what else. Cartoons.
We've been meaning to do like a Disney musicals one, too.
We should do a Disney musicals one.
And if you're still not satisfied, if you still want even more content, we've got even more content at the $25 tier. That's permanent resident, where you get access to the deleted scenes, the things that did not make the cut for usually timing reasons and pacing reasons, but occasionally weird lore reasons where it's just like, oh, actually, never mind, that didn't happen, so that was a joke. Never mind, don't make that canon. And also, you get to hear our level ups.
Mm-hmm, the nitty gritty.
The mechanics, the know-how, the hearsay of Dungeons and or Dragons.
All the nerd shit.
And priority on your questions on Skulltalkers as well. And if you're still
thirsty, hungry, not satiated, and you have a lot of money and you don't really know what to do with it. If you give us $1,000, you get to be like the weird tier that's like a joke tier. That
You get to be the joke tier that's not a joke anymore.
It won't be a joke no more. We'll have to do the things we say we'll do.
It'll be real. We'll have to make a character for you. We'll have to work you into the story.
We make a character that you get to
help create.
Create it with Cohen, making a plot relevant NPC. Ooh, that's exciting. Ooh, and
Oh boy.
And you get special thanks by name from the mayor, who is missing. I don't know when he has the time to do this.
But he sends us weird little messages through the message machine, and oh shit, maybe that's what I deleted. Oh well.
Oh no, what?
Sorry, Visk.
Fucking son of a bitch!
Well, I'll have to check that again. Beep.
Still deleted. Sorry.
Oh fuck. Well, there you go, folks.
Gone forever. Sorry, Visk.
Sorry, Visk. Join right now. Go to patreon.com/skulltenders. That, again, is patreon.com/skulltenders and join.
By the way, we also have a merch store if you're interested in that.
Oh shit, yeah, get our merch store. It's at,
oh shit!
It's at Topodico. I keep forgetting. It's at topa.to/skulltenders. We got 2 new shirts to come on in, and we got our enamel pin of the badge. Oh,
it's so sick.
Please come get a merch store. Please come enjoy our Patreon. We love you. Thank you.
Now, tell your friends if you like the show. You don't have to join the Patreon. You can do us a solid by telling people you like the show.
Word of mouth gets it everywhere.
Absolutely. Thanks for listening to the ad. You're a diamond in the rough.
All right. Bye, ad. Bye, ad.
Farewell.
God damn, I wish I could do that voice.
Goodbye and well met.
Planchette is already perched at the child-sized mahogany desk in the 30-foot brass birdcage that swings ever so gently back and forth about a foot above the roof of City Hall. But this time, one thing's different, which is that the door is open.
Oh.
Hey, Visk, you wanna step inside here for a minute, would you?
Sure. The mayor's not back, is he?
Okay. We're gonna have all kinds of conversations as soon as you step inside here.
Okay.
Great. Okay, great. So you sloop over there. As you step inside the birdcage, you're surprised by how steady the sway is. Your weight doesn't seem to affect the balance at all. Can you make an animal handling roll for me?
Uh-oh.
No, that's fine.
So I rolled the best possible roll, a -2, because I rolled a critical fail, and I have -3 to animal handling? No, -1 to animal handling, so I got a 0.
Oh, yeah,
I don't even know what birds are.
I think they're a government conspiracy or something. I don't think birds are real.
Here we go again.
No, hold on. Let's see. How would you spit back? You think it's a good idea to go and sit on Planchette's desk. You believe that is what is being presented to you with the door being open.
So Visk goes in and plops on Planchette's desk and is just like,
So, what an event.
I beg your fucking pardon?
What?
Are you sitting on my desk?
Oh, is this your desk?
Yes. Get off my desk, Visk.
It was small. I thought it was a chair. I'm sorry.
We're gonna have a lot of conversations.
Yeah.
But
I love to talk.
First, and the door of the birdcage swings shut, and as it does, you look around outside, like you look behind you, and you see that just beneath the birdcage, which, as you recall, is float, is just above the roof, but just beneath the birdcage, you see Felicity heading northeast, presumably on her way back to her apartment, pulling 2 suitcases behind her, the one that she had and the new Necrona suitcase. But also, right below you, you see Dudu on his way south towards his shack in the ancient forest, which is also your shack now. And as you think about that, you see that you are also floating directly above Dudu's shack. Can you make an intelligence saving throw for me?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I can see my house from here.
Intelligence. Where are you? I'm not intelligent enough to find it. That's a 17.
Oh, great. You are able to hold all of these things in your head simultaneously.
Nice.
It doesn't seem to bother you that apparently the way that this works is that the birdcage is floating over every single point in Ghost Town simultaneously.
Wow, nice views.
Yeah, well, you know, job comes with perks and responsibilities. Do we want to talk about what's going on with you?
Well, what's going on with me? Don't you want to talk about the mission?
Yeah, we'll get to that. Number one, what is that? And she's like points her little beak at your center mass, which does just look like it's hard without a finger to point specifically at a part of a. You got a little flare. You got a little. What is this about?
Oh, right. I drank something a very strange man gave me.
Great.
Starting to think I should do that more often.
No, that is not the lesson here. What did you drink?
Oh, it was called For the Road.
Uh-huh.
Like a flask.
That's the name of the flask.
This weird treasure guy gave it to me.
Okay, we'll get to that.
Oh, and he said there was a soul in there. Ha! Right. Oh.
Oh.
That tasted great. Wow.
Okay. Drank a soul, huh? Like, that's...
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll worry about feeling bad about that later, because I feel too good right now.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, that's sort of... you're not supposed to be doing that.
Oh. You didn't tell me I wasn't supposed to.
I thought it was implied, Visk, that you shouldn't be eating souls. I thought that was something you understood.
I'm somebody that enjoys written instructions and not implied ones.
Oh my god, your job is hunting necromancers. You think I want you drinking souls?
Well, no.
Spit that out.
Spit it out.
Spit it out right now.
Can I?
Yeah, sure. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Possible.
Can you puke yourself up?
That's a 15 plus 5. No problem. Visk just
you clench.
effortlessly like squishes in a weird way, and it just like ejects back into the flask.
You aim it at the flask, and it does not go in the flask.
For a 20.
No, the 20 was to throw it up.
Damn.
Now you gotta aim.
Yeah, no.
Second roll.
Okay, yeah, fuck it. Sleight of hand.
We rolling hard.
Spit it like you have a dip cup with a Mountain Dew bottle.
Good. A 6.
Oh, good.
There
you spit it directly at Planchette. Possibly because you are getting yelled at by an authority figure while you're high. She fortunately rolls a 16 and adds something to it. She just dodges her little head to the side, and it shoots behind her and falls all the way down into the river. She's like, all right, okay, that's where that goes.
Goal.
And you no longer feel good. You feel the opposite of good. You feel
Back to Visk.
you feel worse. Well, for one thing, that level 2 spell slot is gone now, but you also just feel like grimy and used up, and like you just you're coming down and you're hungover. It feels bad.
What? Oh shit, I was not supposed to drink that.
No kidding.
What's wrong with me?
Well, hopefully that'll remind you. The red streak in you is still there.
Oh, that fucking figures.
Yeah, maybe think about that. Good God, Visk, come on.
Sorry, I
I
didn't.
mean, look, you moved out of a city hall. I know things are going a little crazy for you.
I haven't made a lot of decisions for myself before, ma'am.
I know. And I know the man likes to
This was not a good one.
No, honey, it wasn't. I know the man likes to let you do your own thing and figure it out, but just coming from somebody who cares about you, don't do that. You want to end up like Cert?
No.
All aggressive and roided out? Is that what you want?
No, I guess not.
No. Okay.
You care about me. That's nice of you.
Yeah, no, okay. That's fair. That's fair. I do. Sorry, I don't always show it. You want to... Now that we're past that, here, honey, and she brings you a little... She, like, bops her head down on her desk, and Zorg style, like Fifth Element, a cup of water pops up. She's, there you go, honey. That's room temperature tap water.
Oh.
You'll love it.
Thank you, ma'am.
Visk drinks the room temperature tap water.
Tastes good. Tastes non-threatening.
That's better, I guess. It's not as good as the other stuff.
All right. You wanna, okay, so what happened? Catch me up.
Oh, Lord, wait. So, Mayor's still not here, is he?
No. Unfortunately.
He's coming back though, right?
You know as much as I do about that, but somehow I doubt that he's gone for good.
Okay, good.
If only because, things would be a lot worse.
Right.
Immediately.
The election.
Yeah.
So we got the information.
Uh-huh.
From the Nevermind.
Cool.
It was encoded in a poem.
A poem.
Which I still remember if you want me to recite it. Strangely, I know it.
Okay. Yeah, sure. No, I mean, just, I just don't like poems, but it's fine. Go ahead. Yeah, kind of hoity-toity.
7 knives with each their chain, 1 was broken, 6 remain, lost in the woods where nothing grows, sunk in a swamp where no one drowned, buried where the silver flows like rivers running underground, 1 locked inside a cage of dreams, 1 floats in space and yet is bound, the last one kills again, it seems, for heavy is the head that wears the crown. 7 knives with each their chain, 1 was broken, 6 remain. Why do I know that? I heard it once.
Well, it's catchy. Probably because it's such a good poem. Jesus. All right. Well, that's cryptic.
Not the most helpful thing, but...
Yeah.
I think we can work with it.
Yeah. So who gave you that?
The worm.
That sounds correct. All right. Tell me more about the worm.
So he was this guy made of all these black wormy things.
All right.
That worked at the Nevermind, or was the Nevermind, or was a computer at the Nevermind.
Okay.
He tried to kill us. Ventura died instead.
Oh.
Big bro move right there.
Oh. Well.
Did us a solid.
That's good. I mean, that's sad.
He was fading anyway. What's the big loss there?
Dips her head back. Yeah. Okay.
Would have went to waste.
Sure.
May as well be efficient about it.
Yeah.
So that was cool of him.
Yeah.
Not for him. But, so we got that information. Felicity asked a very troubling question, by the way.
Oh?
Vis, can't believe Visk is still, reeling from how, brazen it was to ask this question in front of Visk, too.
Uh-huh.
So, I have an extremely worrying report. Miss Fairweather's question, which she got one, she asked how she might resurrect herself permanently.
Huh.
And, the worm said, very carefully, but there was clearly, way more information there than just those words. So, Felicity might have access to some incredibly, damaging information. And I strongly advise she be replaced as a skulltender. She's against the very notions we uphold. She's not fit for the job.
Honey, you showed up high from drinking a guy's soul. Is this a road we want to go down right now, replacing people?
I don't intend to become a necromancer.
Yeah, well, bad news, because that's step 1. You just, that's the main thing they do. You consumed a soul for power.
Well, it's different when I do it.
How exactly?
Because I'm the protagonist of my life.
I see. I had a sneaking suspicion that might be the circumstance.
Well, there are instances where law enforcers are justified in breaking the law if it means protecting the status quo. But listen, Planchette, I'm not a criminal. We're being foolish here. We're essentially training a criminal to be a necromancer, and she's going to find more loopholes to mortality the more she's exposed to the exceptions we hunt down.
Yeah, that's why she has a minder. That's why she has a chaperone.
Man, there's only so much I can do.
That's supposed to be, like, your job is supposed to be preventing that from happening. Not getting, she's like casting her mind around, and it's like an upset mom who can't think of the right, not getting crunk on soul juice. She's like trying to meet you where you are, but it's like completely missed.
Crunk, ma'am?
Not getting crunk on soul lean.
Lean?
Yeah. I know your terms.
We're leaning crunkly.
Well, you're leaning in the direction I wish you wouldn't.
I saw a dab earlier.
I don't know what to make of that. I don't know what that is. It's like I don't know you, Visk. It's like, you high? Are you still high? No, I saw you throw up. All right, I'll get you some. I'll put some Ipecac in that flask.
Sorry, residual effects.
All right.
I don't intend to question.
She yells out, "Sir!" And a very aggro Gooman comes out of not the gutter pipe, but the other one that you've used a couple of times, and comes right up to the cage, storms over. He's like, "Yes, ma'am. What do you need?"
Visk flinches.
Like, all right. Actually, you know what?
Is this going to evolve into a scared straight program?
No, never mind, sir. I'm good. And Cert says, "Yes, ma'am," and leaves back down the tube. I was gonna put Cert on watching Felicity's apartment duty, but yeah, that doesn't seem like a good idea to me at this moment. I had the idea, now I'm rejecting the idea. I'll keep an eye on Felicity down here.
Good.
You keep an eye on Felicity in the land of the living.
Right.
Good job on getting the information for whatever weird deal you got going on with the mayor.
Deal?
I am not thrilled that you drank a soul. I am pretty upset about that.
I've got complicated feelings about that as well.
Yeah, but I'm not going to keep rubbing your nose in it. But I just want you to know that we're going to try to not do that anymore. Okay, honey?
Well, I don't have a nose, so yes.
Okay. You're doing your best. I know you're still new, and I did not expect that sort of temptation to be something you encountered. I don't know. The man, maybe he saw it coming. I didn't. So sorry if I came on a little strong. You don't want to go down that path, honey. It's just, drinking from that cup, you just get thirstier.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's all right. Just, no harm done, I think. Let the guy out.
Visk looks down at the streak.
We knocked an arrow in the bow, and then we didn't fire. It's okay. It's okay. Just be careful, all right?
Right.
All right.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Visk is like kind of backing away to the door.
All right. It's good. It's good that you told me about the Felicity stuff, because that's no joke. So you have some kind of idea of where to go next for your little thing? Because we do have other missions. We do have your main thing.
I've got some theories.
Going. Probably should see about getting Doodoo a badge.
Right.
Now that I think about it. She's like back to looking at the desk and kind of just like with her talon, like pushing her papers around. All right. I think we're good. Are you going to be okay to get home?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay.
Sorry again.
Hey, just, don't be sorry, just be better.
Can we maybe not tell the mayor about this? I understand if you do, but I would really appreciate it.
No. I won't.
Really?
All right? Yeah, I'm going to trust you. I know the mayor's opinion of you is very important to you, so I'm going to trust you.
Visk is like nodding vigorously.
We're gonna keep this between us this time.
Right.
Okay?
Thank you so much. Sorry again.
Don't make me regret it, okay?
You won't, ma'am. Salutes.
Okay. All right. As you step out of the cage, you get a last glimpse of Doo-doo, it is such a good and natural transition for the scene because now we are back to Doo-doo. Doo-doo, you are on your way back home to your shack in the ancient forest, carrying your igloo cooler full of, I want to say, clothes, margarita mix, coffee, I think
the important things.
Eggs. I think it was established there's just some eggs in there. Oh yeah, and Visk's jar.
Yeah.
God, I just remembered I was wearing a sailor suit for that whole previous scene.
Yes. No one has gotten changed because nobody said they did. So yes.
I was Donald Duck cosplaying for that whole serious scene.
I have been forgetting to draw you with the little hat on.
Wait a second. Doo-doo.
Yeah.
Doo-doo, can you make a perception check for me?
Checking perceptively. Fucking critical failure.
Oh.
What a day for crit fails. We've each had one.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Straight up a 1. Straight up a bad 1.
So you don't notice Visk looking at you from planchettes, but and in fact you don't notice it because you're just thinking about those good eggs, or maybe you're just thinking about like the bummer of the trip. Like it seemed to end on kind of a down note, like getting into a fight over the last time you're going to get gas on a road trip. It's just
it's one of those long trips where you're happy to be home and you're almost mad to not be home when you're so close to home.
Yeah, it's the Uber back from the airport. It's like, God.
Like Doo-doo's just ruminating a little too much on everything. It'll work out. That's the one thing Doo-doo has hope for. So I'm, he's just trudging. He's trudging.
Yeah, you're walking home.
No, we're trudging.
You're trudging.
We're trudging.
Perfect. Thank you. You're trudging home through the ancient forest towards your shack to the heart of the forest. But
I'm kind of like dragging the cooler by the handle. Just I'm like a zombie coming back home.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
And just oblivious from that low perception roll. Without realizing it, you have walked right through a part of the forest that you normally, out of politeness, steer around, which is the grove of spider bananas. They are walking bunches of fruit that crawl around on the forest floor, attached to their trees by long umbilicus-like vines. You have trudged right into the middle, and you realize that you've actually startled all of them, and they're all up on their trunks, just kind of like quivering a little bit at your.
Hey! I stop immediately, and I go, "Oh, hold on! I'm sorry. I try to just like, I didn't see where I was going. I apologize."
What could this be but animal handling? Right.
Bananimal handling.
God damn it.
Fuck. I was going to say roll for fruit handling.
We got some fucking bug snacks, y'all. This is the bug snacks crossover.
I'm okay on animal handling. Okay, here we go. 6.
They scuttle up into the leaves and are all hiding from you now. So that's it. Like I don't want to fight. Your loud voice and hands. They don't want to fight. They're just hiding.
Okay. Well, then I creep along. I trudge less. I pick up the cooler.
Yeah.
And make my way carefully out of their nests. Now that I know about a minute.
Yeah, they're hard to miss. You don't like they're the size of a bunch of bananas that have a central body.
Yeah, well, I missed them originally. They just walked right into them.
Yeah, well, you were focused on that good time you had. You are actually. This place is pretty close. You are back at your shack. Can you remind us what your shack looks like outside?
Outside, it just kind of looks like a shack, like a little cabin, but like it feels like it's a part of it's a section of an area that should be part of something bigger, but the something bigger is gone. The outside just kind of looks like the wall is just like a wall of a hallway that is just not there anymore. Like maybe this section of what my house is has just been taken out.
Looks like a chunk.
Looks like a chunk, like a Minecraft chunk. Just it's just a section of like an apartment just got ripped out of the apartment and is in the forest now. So it's a little odd because it's not decorated like a home. because it looks like inside of it's like the other side of a wall, so it's a little you don't look at it. But inside there's still a tree in the middle.
Yeah.
Not in the middle, but there's still a tree that is smashed open one of the old corners, but there is a door.
Yeah.
And I open the door and it's just like a really small studio apartment with like a kitchen / bathroom and a tree. Like I said, a tree smashed in one of the corners. So there's some open.
I love it.
Window, but I don't mind.
Yeah.
I sleep on the couch, which is covered.
Excellent. I love this place. As you're kind of stepping in, you're doing that kind of the luggage equivalent of taking off a jacket. You're just like, I'm going to put this here for a second, then worry about it. You suddenly hear a sound, very familiar sound. It's like a buzzsaw, but cooler somehow, more radical, and with a Saturday morning cartoon friendly irreverence. Yes! Stitch and scrap. Spin dash up the side of the tree and just land in front of you in your apartment. Arms extended. Just like, hacha!
Whoa.
Hey, buddy, where you been? We've been coming by, but you haven't been here.
We've been on a long damn voyage.
Word?
With work. And man, oh man, we just got back and I'm tired. I am tired.
Well, can I interest you in some of this? And he points both of his fingers over to Stitch, who holds up a 6-pack of beer, and they all have like each bottle has like a leaf in it.
And just one.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I'm really tired, guys.
It's all good. It's all good. We can just chill.
And I'm going to drink this laying down, which is normal and easy.
Excellent. You lay down. This is anybody else I would make roll, but come on, it's doo-doo. This is not the first horizontal beer.
I flop on the couch and I grab a beer and I just let it go down my throat.
So, where did you go? Tell me everything. Tell me all of the weirdest stuff.
I don't know if I can. It's one of those skulltenders things.
Oh.
I didn't really sign an NDA, though, so maybe it's not that big a deal. We went out to the Wondersea.
I don't know what that is. Is it cool?
Kind of.
Is it wondrous?
Yeah. Pretty big, pretty wild. It's skulltender stuff. It's just a lot, guys. Like I said, we just had to be on a boat. I was on a boat for a while.
Sorry, we can fuck off if you want. If you're tired, we can bounce.
Oh, a little.
All right. Didn't want to overwhelm.
Yeah, I mean, thank you for the beer.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, man, I need a solid 48 hours of sleep.
That's fine. That's cool. All right. And then they hop out of the scene. And they spin
Sorry,
that
guys. Bye.
It's cool. Don't worry about it. Doo-doo, as you just enjoy your beer, and just kind of after a while, you just sort of drift off as you do. And that's what's going to happen in that scene, I suppose. That's good. That's the natural way that it went. That's fine. All right. Okay. As you sort of like are just drifting, we are gonna bop on over to Felicity's apartment, interior only. Where Felicity pulling both of the. Actually, well, Felicity, it's up to you. It's weird. The camera is inside your apartment, but what do we see and what happens?
Yeah, it was crazy. That his whole everything really was made of pickles. It was wild. She's talking to Julio, and you can see that her mood has actually picked up quite a bit. In the same way that, like, if you have a new pet and you come home, it's like a nice combination of a pet and a roommate. And so she's talking to Julio and kind of catching Julio up on the past skulltender stuff.
Wrapped with attention, all like looking straight up at you, conch style. You know, now both houses have a cute creature inside them. See, that was
we have too many pets.
Yeah, but
Am I the cute creature in Doodoo's house?
Sure, I was thinking about conch, but yes, that's good too. No, it's Jude.
Jude, very kawaii.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
Ooh, woo.
I'm Sundera. That's how that's pronounced, right?
Close enough.
Yeah, Felicity, you bring Julio in, and you enter, and you're good to go.
Felicity is, now that she's back, is like doing the same thing, like laying her suitcase out and putting things away. Bunch of clothes that she didn't wear, a bunch of stupid magazines and books and yarn balls and the jar with the catnip in it, and even the spyglass. She takes it and sets it on a ledge over like what was once a fireplace, but you can tell it's kind of like it was decommissioned well before the building got destroyed, so it's kind of just like a ledge over like a recessed part of the wall. He puts it up there.
It's one of those where like in the lease it says you will not try to use the fireplace.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
Okay.
It's one of those where it's like nowadays it would all be painted over landlord white, even including the inside of it.
I hate that.
Yeah.
Where are you putting the terrarium?
She has like a coffee table in the center of her room, which gives you like the best vantage point to see around the most, and she sets it there for now.
Cool.
She isn't sure what the final home for Julio's tank is quite yet, but this seems pretty good for now. And as she's moving from room to room, she's talking to Julio, saying, "Oh, well, we did this. We went to a place called Scrubfuck, and there's a motorcycle guy," and she's kind of relaying the story of what has happened as a skull tender to her to Julio, particularly the stuff that comes before the Wondersea, because she's really trying to keep her mind off oh man, Vis drinking the soul, seeing what happened to Ventura, the sacrifice he made, and the way he faded in his last moments. And even just the information from the word that is pounding in her head like a migraine.
Yeah, you still have like you had that vision, and now you remember it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not the same as like when you were in it initially. But
yeah.
Are you still wearing your new coat?
As she's wearing it at first when she's setting things down, and now she's taking it off and hanging it onto a coat rack.
Cool.
She stretches, just like a long stretch. She thinks for a moment.
Ooh, big stretch.
That's right. That's what you say when the cat does that. That's correct. She thinks about it for a moment. She goes, "Ricochet."
A jagged black blade fills your hand. Yeah, hey, what's up?
Hey.
How you feeling? Oh!
I'm okay.
Oh, you got the... Yay!
Yeah,
Oh,
we have a new friend. We have a new
got
friend.
we got the lizard. That's great.
Yeah, delightful, isn't it? I'm not sure if that's what that is, but that's fine. I was wondering if maybe you could tell me a little bit about this whole... what seemed to be, from what Ventura said, this Spallanzani and the late Miss Veilguard situation.
And why were you wondering that?
I
There's kind of like a terseness.
I'm getting a sense that maybe this isn't a good topic, but I was wondering why it didn't come up when we were at the Spallanzani's, I guess, workshop, you could call it.
Yeah, that was his workshop, I believe. Look, how long have we known each other?
I suppose not that long yet, a couple months.
Couple months, right. I was Victoria's sword for a long time. Quite the while. You seem great. I am enjoying. You seem cool. But I was her sword for a long time, Kittikar. Maybe this is going to work out with us, but you have to understand, I'm not like you. Maybe I am like you. I don't know, but you can't just buy my automatic and undying loyalty with treats and nice apartments. It goes a little deeper for me. It takes a while. Let's say something happens to you, Let's say best case scenario, you and me together for even longer than I was with Victoria. Would you like the next person who picks me up, I spill all your secrets to them? Right away, within a couple of weeks?
I didn't realize it was a secret, I suppose.
It's not a secret, it's definitely, it was a relationship. It was complicated. There were things I wish had gone differently, for sure. It's not an easy thing to talk about. But I also felt like I don't know what that would have helped at the time.
I suppose that's fair. What happened to her? Is that okay to ask? If you're not ready, I don't mean to encourage.
I don't know what happened to her.
I'm sorry.
She carried me a long time, and as far as I know, things were going great. And it gets tricky at the end. The last stuff is difficult. I can't really make sense of it. Perhaps you can relate to the trouble of processing an overwhelming amount of information, but I spent a long...
certainly.
Yeah, I spent a long time... I don't know where I was before you called me into the mausoleum. I don't really know how things ended. The last time I saw her, she seemed to be doing okay. And then, next thing I know, however many decades or whatever, and a very charming Catalan is carrying me. And... But I don't really. I have some loyalty to her and to keeping her secrets.
I understand.
But it was a family thing, Don't want to start.
Say no more. Say no more.
Okay.
I understand. I think that is very. She is laying down on the couch. She's picking up Julio's tank. You pick up a dog and put it on your chest. She's got to take the whole tank because it's an aquatic animal. So she's hoisting the whole thing up onto her chest while she's laying down.
And now, Ricochet is on the table.
Yes, now Ricochet is on the table instead. Exactly.
Okay.
I understand. If there's a time that you come to trust me with that sort of information, I would be honored to hear it. But I understand, and I won't encroach.
Tell you what, I won't keep quiet if I think it's going to get you hurt.
I would appreciate that, thank you.
Yes. Alright. That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry about Ventura.
Yeah, me too.
I knew him quite a while. It was hard to see him at the end, even before. It was hard to see him like that. But I thought he was pretty cool at the end. I think
he went out very cool. Like,
yeah, I think Victoria would have been proud. I was proud.
That was just about the most impressive way you could go out. So.
Yeah. Well, so far, right? We'll see.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah. You die how you live. So if you're doing it right, it's cool as shit.
That's so true. That's so true. All right. Go ahead.
I have I don't know. I know they don't really do it here, I don't think, so much, because here it's the thing you're not supposed to think about. But do you think maybe we could, maybe in a day or two, get the gang together for I don't know, like a wake, maybe a drink?
Yeah.
Or Ventura, is that something?
I think everyone would be amicable to that.
I got the feeling everybody wanted a little space, but yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I would appreciate that. I know you asked me why I didn't do something, and now I'm asking you for a favor, but
no.
I would appreciate it.
I think that sounds lovely. I'll get in touch with Dudu after. I think I'm going to sleep for 48 hours,
Cool.
honestly, but I think I've earned a long rest.
Oh yeah, you know what? I think you have. I would recommend taking the axolotl tank off of your chest before sleeping. But
she lifts it back up and moves it back to the table, and it goes back to having a flat base from where it had previously started to round around her torso.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah. Yeah, it does that. Great.
Are axolotls strictly aquatic creatures?
They are amphibious.
Oh. So they can come out.
Oh yeah, they can breathe air. They reproduce in water and they breathe air, which tends to be up.
Got to keep them wet though.
Mm-hmm.
They got to be moist.
Got to keep the wall wet. Got to keep the wall wet.
Got to keep the wall red.
Mm.
Keeps drying. Dries a different color every time.
And with that, after she takes it off of her chest and she makes herself comfortable on the couch, she doesn't even go to her bed or get undressed. She just kind of lets herself pass out there.
Yeah. Visk, I imagine at some point you come home to find Dudu passed out, and your jar is in a not unpacked igloo container, but it is sitting on top of the other stuff.
Oh, good. I hopefully don't make a ruckus that wakes up Doo-Doo.
Dude is dead asleep.
Yeah, you're good. It's fine.
Ugh. I think I'm gonna sleep for 8 hours.
Visk pours into the jar to go to sleep.
And everybody enters a shared dream where you must battle for. No, sorry, not this time. Yeah, sorry. Nestled amongst the margarita mix and coffee and eggs and nautically themed clothes. Somehow the two coolers have gotten merged. So the cooler that you have, Doo-Doo, and the cooler that is on the Necrona still are now actually the same cooler. So
it's like an extra large cooler now.
It's like I
was imagining it was like how in video games where there's just like the one like item box that you can find throughout in different places of the world.
It's like two of the exact same one.
Two of the exact same one that connect.
Yeah, it's that. It's exactly what you're imagining.
Yeah, sick.
Oh hell yeah!
You should just give me the chest from Discworld.
I just gave that to Felicity. It's literally it's a wooden box that grows legs. What do you want? Look, everybody wanted Julio. Okay, there's a lot of requests, but
a lot of demand for Julio.
Yeah, look, everybody it needed to.
I didn't say Julio. I wanted a mimic as a pet.
There was a guy 2 episodes ago who had a mimic for a head.
I don't want. That's too strange.
There you go.
That's not what I asked for.
Drawing the line.
That's not what I asked for.
No, you just
too much whimsy.
Just send him a bunch of like human pet porn as like, haha, isn't this crazy? But just like isn't this so weird? Let's talk about it.
Feel out the vibe.
Yeah, who would be into this?
Unless
I hope this doesn't awaken something within me.
And in his perfect Australian accent, he says, "Crikey, that's weird." All right. He doesn't say that. All right.
The Australian?
It is now, it's a few days later, and the camera is at what is the fucking name of that place? The Short Pier.
That's where I showed up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Doo-Doo's first scene with Johnny Bravo.
Yeah, so y'all remember y'all, when I say y'all, I'm speaking to the listeners who, of course, remember the first episode of Skulltenders, and surely you've re-listened to it at this point. It is the bar at the far south end of town, right before you get to the water. It is called the Short Pier. It is distinguished from the other bars around by the fact that it is not faded. It is just fully solid. Most buildings, as we all know, once they get this close to the water, they're almost gone. This is what happened to the building that was the last place you saw the mayor. El Restaurante Bueno. That's it. But you're not, the Short Pier. We're inside the Short Pier. The perspective is, and we're just going to let it play out from there. Y'all take it away.
What are we here for again, narrator?
We're here for the wake.
Is it just us, or is there like people here for the event?
I'm going to say that Ricochet asked you if you could do something, and then it is up to you how that played out from there. If y'all want to take a minute or two to like figure it out before we play it, that's also fine.
Was Ventura a popular guy in town? Right?
I feel like the answer's got to be yes.
Must have had some friends.
He was delightful, and he was around for a while.
Yeah, so there's not a lot of... The nature of the place is that there's not a lot of fixtures. There's not a lot of people who have a chance to really become locally famous because, people fade.
So maybe we're asking like just a bar of sad patrons to shut up and listen to us for a second as we talk about one of their own.
Well, Ventura was a little different. Ventura has been around for a long time. Even like the same way that most people in town know Doo-Doo. Most people in town were at least aware that there was a bombastic guy whose voice sounded like a cancelable impression of an Italian person.
Oh, you can't be canceled for that anymore.
Oh, right. Are they still white?
Enough.
Are they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, boy, are they.
Cohen, you just can't ask people if they're white.
Look, that's recent. That's like 50s recent, but the not new. It's new. But so people enough people to get some people together. For sure. It would not seem people don't do this mostly. This is a new thing. People
Sure.
don't really have wakes in the afterlife.
I don't know what a wake is.
Where you wake up and
Are we waking? You can't wake him up, can you?
no, it's just
He's gone.
it's like an ironic name. Visk is like because we're remembering him because he can't wake up anymore. He's forever sleeping.
Ah, strange.
The big sleep, as it would be.
It's to pay respect.
No, he did us a solid.
I think he did everybody a solid by being here. Could, in fact, she's trying to get everyone's attention at the bar. That was a 15 on performance.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, eyebrows are, as you raise your voice, like you immediately get the attention.
I raised my Tom Collins, which we've gotten around for the bar as his favorite beverage. And I say, to Ventura de Veilguard.
Ventura de Veilguard.
Ventura de Veilguard.
Ventura de Veilguard.
Ventura de Veilguard. He was the only one who believed me about God. Yeah, for sure. Stitch and Scrap are there, doo-doo. After they left, they've been kind of like stopping by the past couple of days, just checking on you. And when they heard about this, they decided to tag along, even though they didn't really.
Glad you guys tagged along. Stitch and Scratch.
Yes, it's interesting.
Scratch and Grounder.
I suppose Sean moved on as well.
Yes, we didn't really do this kind of thing.
I don't believe it's standard down here.
No, but
This is a favor.
You wanna?
Yeah. You
Just
know
a quick one.
To Sean.
To Sean.
To Sean.
Yeah, to Sean. Oh, did I miss it? Did I miss Planchette swoops in. She's like,
Oh.
I had to see this. This is new.
Hello, ma'am.
This
It's strange, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
I assume this is some sort of topside custom.
yes.
Yes.
This is something they do up there. It's nice. This is nice.
We used to honor the dead in this country. Just gonna have my big right wing turn. Dude who just looks inward and becomes that guy.
Yeah. Visk, your red streak has kind of like condensed to like it's almost like an elongated diamond extending directly out of your neck. It's kind of a little thicker on the end. If you actually, you know what it reminds you of,
Oh.
as things so often do, it kind of reminds you of the mayor's tie. It's sort of in exactly the place.
Visk awkwardly tugs on their collar, which like inadvertently shows the streak, but like just for a second before they quickly remember and tighten the tie back up and hope nobody noticed.
Yeah. Felicity dips her head, into her Tom Collins.
Yeah, Felicity is helping Julio, whose tiny little hands are trying to grip the Tom Collins, and she's like got her hand underneath, is like slowly lifting it up, and she's like, "You're sure this is okay, right?" Like,
Is it like a shot of Tom Collins?
He nods and like waves you away, and then just like
no, it's a full pint glass.
Wow, mama.
Gonna swim in it.
he just sticks his head in and gills flare. Is it just like? But it's not getting less. It's just being filtered in and back out.
She's gonna turn it into water for you.
Yeah, the is there carbonation? Is there anything in a Tom Collins that's carbonated? I don't know what's in a Tom
I have
Collins.
no idea what's in it. I don't remember.
TBH.
Seltzer?
Yeah. Oh, it's got club soda. Yeah, the fizz is going out of the soda as it's happening.
You got a flat Collins, pointing at Julio's.
You need another one? It's a bartender, Doo-Doo, who you recognize. It's the same bartender. from last time. Same guy.
Maybe she does. Pointing to your flat Collins. With that flat Collins over there.
Yeah, I slide it back over the table. I'm like, can I get this recarbonated, please?
Sure thing. Can't be having a flat Collins when we're drinking a Ventura. He pours you one and then takes out one for himself and throws it back.
Vis is also throwing it back and gets 0 to 60 drunk as usual because they don't know how to filter alcohol correctly.
Oh, here they go again.
Okay. Last call for you exclusively.
I don't know what that means.
Well, don't worry about it.
Who's calling me? I don't have any friends, and no one's calling me.
Oh, hey. Stitch, Scratch.
Yes, what's up? And I'm also here.
Yeah.
I'm the one who sounds like this. And I'm the one who sounds like this.
Yeah.
I'm the weird little doctor, and I'm the cool mechanic. If you've forgotten, now you remember.
One of these days, I'm just going to have to smush you together.
You did that, and you rode around on us. Remember? It was cool as shit.
So, hey, guys, I wanted to ask you about weapon advancement.
Oh.
I don't know.
Well,
I like Conk. He's my good little guy. But I think I had a dream. I had a cool dream last night. The other past 2 days I've been asleep. Where I was like...
Yeah, you were out.
A fry cook. But he also liked karate and stuff. And he had he had some nunchucks. And I just felt so one with the nunchuck that I was like, I gotta get some chucks. So I thought maybe you guys might be able to help me.
Maybe. Let me take... May I take a look at your little, conch? Yes?
Oh, sure. I take Conk and allow him to go over there.
He slithers down your arm and poop in a little, like a Japanese rendering of a poop.
Yeah.
Just kind of curls up and,
Touch my poop.
Oh.
Just kidding.
Huh. Well. Huh. It seems I cannot do biomancy now. I guess because I'm dead. But, He's like tapping Conk. It's like, not. And Conk is like, kind of like starting to duck away from this. I think.
You did get flat once.
This isn't dead.
Huh?
This creature. Wait, you says you're in shade shape.
He got flat once when I asked him to.
Why don't you try asking him to be nunchucks?
The doo-doo's like, what?
He hands you back Conk.
I'm looking at Conk like, can you be nunchucks?
He bobs his little snake head at the end, and
May you be nunchucks?
He kind of, yeah. I don't know, can I? He extends back into pole length. But then shortens?
Yeah. Nunchucks aren't very long.
Yeah, no, he's sure. I was trying to make sure shortens was a word. Yes. He shortens, he gets shorter, shrinks. There it is. And as he does, this central part thins out until it is just like a rope woven of vines. And then you have two like hard wood polished. It feels like Conquin is usually in like stick form, is like kind of supple, so you can get that good whip when you're hitting somebody. But this is definitely like a lot harder and like more dense. But yeah, you have like living wooden nunchuck.
Whoa!
Yeah.
I would like to do some athletics to try out my new nunchucks.
All right, let's do it. Yeah, let's see how this goes.
I'm just gonna do like a whip. Yeah. Everyone, check this out.
This wheels around to check this out.
Yeah, everybody turns, like the whole bar.
Yeah. And then I rolled. Should it be athletics or should it be something else?
Yeah, that's athletics.
Okay,
that's
okay.
athletics for sure. Or performance. You know what? We'll call it athletics.
Okay, well, it was just 11 total.
Okay, 11. Boy, howdy. You do not hit yourself, But it is kind of like when a karate guy is like, when a guy who's taken like 5 taekwondo lessons is like, all right, so what you grab me right, not like that. Okay, grab me like this, and then okay, that's too hard. That's too hard. It's like that slow, like strip mall karate.
I'm leaning away from it too much.
Yeah, it is. You do look like a 3rd grader who has practiced for about 2 hours. But you're not hitting yourself, and it does...
Just whipping it around like, this is cool!
It does look like it would hurt if you hit something.
Yeah.
This is clapping. This is cool to them.
Yeah.
They're easily impressed at this point.
Oh, that's great, honey.
My boy can change. Check this shit out.
Wow.
Wow, it's like a metaphor or something.
That is pretty cool.
Awakes normally this bitchin'?
Yeah, dying rules.
Not always.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
But today's it is, as they do another...
Everyone cheers to that as Duty says that and starts whipping the nunchucks around.
Today it is! Yay!
Yeah, and on that, the camera pulls out of the front, and then like...
Wait, come back!
Nope. He pulls back enough that the over City Hall in the sky is a giant you might see it if you looked. Nobody happens to. Is a big Ventura detail card giving a thumbs up in the sky.
Oh, with the alligator and the golf teacher.
Yeah, Frankie, when he blows up the island by accident, and One Piece is up there.
Gurr from the end of that one episode where he's a puppet master, he's making the pancake batter.
All the references. Everybody's there. Everybody's there. Oh, hey, it's you. Yeah, so I guess everything didn't go okay. That's too bad about Ventura. But, I try my best not to get too attached to the clientele. Even the ones who stick around a long time, they all gotta go eventually. But it looks like things worked out okay with the whole forbidden knowledge thing. Long way to go for a poem, but what can you do? Guess I gotta start tracking down those knives or whatever. I'm not like a poems person, so we'll just have to see. So yeah, you just heard Amber Carr's Felicity Fairweather, Casey Green is Doodoo the Owl, and Jess O'Brien is Visk. Skulltenders is game mastered by Cohen Ettenfield, with original music composed by Seth Boyer, with editing and sound design by Jess O'Brien. We hope you'll consider supporting us on Patreon, where you can find all sorts of chilling and original bonus content, including an after show dedicated to each episode, fun drawings by the cast. Oh, it's so fun. And if not, well, whatever. I'm not your mother. Hey, this is Cohen. So we've come to the end of another season, and that means it's time for the public season-end Skulltalkers. Skulltalkers, our Q&A after show we do for each episode on the Patreon. Well, we also do a public one at the end of each season, but we need your help to do it. So, if you've got a question about anything in the Wondersea arc, or just about the show in general, you can send them into skulltendersask@gmail.com. That's skulltendersask@gmail.com. That's the title of this podcast, plus the word ask@gmail.com. Send those in before May 20th, or if you're a patron and you're on the Discord, submit using the form as usual. Either way, we'll be answering your questions on the end of season Skulltalkers that comes out May 22nd. And in the meantime, we're also going to have a bunch of fun end-of-season content on the Patreon, so there's really never been a better time to get in there and check that out. And we'll be back with a brand new episode of Skulltenders when the new season begins on June 5th, right here like usual. We hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much for listening.